Hello, my soul family. How are you all? And I hope you are doing great, wonderful, and amazing and safe wherever you are in the world. I welcome you all in my channel. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel, for giving me lots of love. And I am very glad that I help you out in some manner. If you have not subscribed yet to the channel, then please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And you can also let me know in the comment section if you want to tell me anything. So let's start today's video, and in this video we are going to talk about the calling our fragments back, calling our consciousness back by using a command which is return to rightful owner command. We have already completed part 1, 2, and 3. So for those who have not watched part number 1, 2, and 3, just go and watch part number 1, 2, and 3 first. I'm going to add a link in a description box so you can check it out. So this is part number 4, and in this video, in this part, we are going to know how we can use the command return to rightful owner command. So as we have discussed lot of timelines in part number 1, 2, and 3, now in this video we are going to discuss one more very important thing, which is related to this return to rightful owner command only. So I was supposed to upload a video, okay, but there were some reasons because of which I was stopped, okay, and I was unable to post a video. And as we know that everything happens according to the divine will, according to the divine timing, now I get to know that why I was stopped, because I was not feeling well, okay, I was having fever, cold, and cough. And there were some trips because of which I was traveling a lot, and because of which I was unable to do the videos, and I was unable to do the upload and all those things. So now I get to know finally that why they have asked, why they have stopped me for not uploading the part number 4, because they want me to share all those other important things which I'm going to share in this video, which is very much important for all of us. Okay, so first, as you all know, that return to rightful owner command, what is that means? The return to rightful owner command is a command by the divine right of all beings in the universal law to have their consciousness, memories, light bodies, parts to be returned to them in the event it has been hijacked or stolen by the negative forces in the current or any of the previous timelines. So this is what the return to rightful owner command means. Okay, so what was the other thing which was important to discuss was that there are some activation and upgradation which is happening right now. Okay, we are upgrading ourselves, we are upgrading into the organic sequencing. Okay, we are receiving new instruction sets, we are receiving new body codes. Our DNA is shifting, is upgrading, is activating. Okay, I can say that. Okay, so there is an okay, there is a change which is happening in the nucleoid sequence in the genes of the genes. Okay, now we are changing our genes, we are we are the new code creators, so we are rewriting our codes in the body, and we are getting our organic protein gene coding back, which is actually activating our higher DNA strands. Okay, so in other words, we are actually activating our higher DNA strands. And so we have to do is that we have to open ourselves to receive these new protein genome coding instruction sets for our DNA. Okay, and right now our bodies, the genes, they create proteins, okay, that help to code and read the instruction sets that build the DNA higher and higher. The double helix starts to expand and grow into our higher DNA strands, and this is how our DNA, our higher aspects of consciousness, is actually starting to come and starting to download on the physical 3D level. Okay, so it is very important right now to have the highest level of protein coded genomes. Okay, and that is what is happening in a biological sense right now. Okay, on a DNA activation level, I can say that our DNA is activating and we are bringing higher consciousness. Okay, our DNA is the real currency. Okay, and the whole fight is all about the DNA, all about the DNA. Okay, they want our DNA, and they mutated our DNA. They basically switch it off. Okay, the DNA was corrupted or distorted or mutated. Okay, they make our DNA junk, they switch off the DNA coding, the substance, they do it because the real currency is the DNA. Okay, so right now what we are doing is we are clearing a lot of ancestral DNA. We are upgrading ourselves out of all over the inverted reversal mutations which has happened in the past timelines. Okay, in any of the reality systems. So what is actually happening is there is a G protein or G coupled protein receptor which works with the DNA and the cell receptors. Okay, so it is a special type of protein which is currently activating in your body, and the dark forces, they want to actually hijack that protein from your body. So so G protein receives signal from one cell to another cell. So basically, G protein sends the information from one cell to another cell, as these are the downloads or the sets which we are starting to come through. Okay, so we have that cell to cell communication, and right now our that cell to cell communication is able to receive and transmit it. Okay, our cells are being able to receive and transmit all those information, downloads and instruction sets. That is actually the organic ascension process in the body. Okay, so right now it is important to stop taking these pharmaceutical drugs because as you all know that as they want every sort of pharmaceutical drugs to be taken by us so that we this process, this so that they can stop this process from occurring. Okay, so they want that thing, and because of which they were actually giving these pharmaceutical drugs so that they can stop this process from occurring. Your That means that your higher ascension consciousness bodies from communicating with those G protein cell receptors, from taking these signals. Okay, so if you are taking the any kind of pharmaceutical drugs or medicines, what are those doing is that they are actually stopping your G protein cell receptors from taking the signals from your higher ascension consciousness bodies. Okay, they are stopping the communication. Okay, it's like if your one cell is calling and saying like hello, hello, is there anyone, they want to communicate with the other cell, but the pharmaceutical drugs which you are taking, because of that drug, that medicine is making your cells numb. Okay, and because of which they are unable to receive the signal, receive the message and information which you are receiving from other cells. Okay, so that is what the pharmaceutical drugs are doing. They are stopping that process from cell to cell communication, that link to occur. Okay, so right now we have to stop taking any kind of pharmaceutical drugs if you are taking it. And the other thing is that G protein in your body is starting to upgrade, starting to activate right now, and this is your higher DNA strand function. I can say that your higher DNA strand is activating, and one of the function of your higher DNA strand is the G protein. Okay, this is the process that is activating right now in your body, that is increasing. Okay, and G protein couple receptor is also connected to your taste. Okay, so your taste is actually going to start to change. Okay, now you can actually going to be able to taste different electromagnetic signals. What does that mean? That means that your taste is actually upgrading into supernatural abilities. So now you can tell by tasting any food that if the food is genetically modified, or if the food is an artificial electromagnetic signal, if the food is emitting an artificial electromagnetic signal, or if the food is actually giving you the organic electromagnetic signal. Okay, so that's the process which you are now receiving, that's the thing which you are receiving right now. So weird taste or change in taste is actually a symptom that the G protein is activating. Now there are many other symptoms which tells that your G protein is activating. So some of the other symptom is that your body is actually rejecting the metals. So what does that mean, rejecting a metals? So that means that if you are a star seed, indigos, light workers, empaths, okay, so your body is actually having more than these G protein receptors. You are already having the higher protein genome coding sequences. So that's why your body is rejecting those things, that other people may be able to handle that. Okay, so what, for example, I'm going to take an example. For example, maybe it can be possible that you are unable to wear any kind of metals like gold, silver, or artificial jewelries, okay, which comes in the market. And I can give you also my example. So before, what was happened, that I used to work in TV industry, okay. So I used to wear lot of makeups, and I used to wear a makeup 24 hours a day, okay. I can be able to do that. But now what is happening is that if I started applying makeup on my face, my eyes, my skin start burning, and my eyes starts shedding tears, okay. That the tears comes out immediately from my eyes, and my head starts paining from that makeup. I'm unable to do the makeup, okay, now. So that's the thing, because my body is not accepting the makeup, okay. So it can be possible that you are rejecting the metals. It can be a possible that you are not accepting the makeups or any other things which the other people are able to handle it. Or it can be possible that you are your body is not accepting pharmaceutical drugs or medicines, okay, before you use, you can be able to handle or able to eat, okay, take lot of medicines, but now your body is not accepting those medicines, okay. That can also be a possibility. Other thing is that maybe you can smoke cigarettes, you can drink alcohol, you can take non-veg, okay, you can eat non-vegetarian food, okay, before, okay. But now your body is not accepting the non-vegetarian foods, smoking cigarettes or alcohol or drugs or any kind of those things which are actually called as toxic. But now your body is not accepting those things, okay. So actually what is happening is now that your G protein coupled receptor is actually activating, okay. And other thing is that right now we have to get more proteins, okay. We have to get more proteins. And the other thing is very much important, which right now I'm going to discuss, is that you can get proteins in amino acids, through amino acids, okay. And where you can find these amino acids, okay, amino acids are easily found in fruits, okay. So have lots of fruits, because fruits are actually having lot of liquid plasmas, lot of amino acids, lot of proteins. So that can be a possibility that you are actually having raw fruits or juices, that's it, because that's a high vibrational food, okay. So you can take lot of proteins, amino acids, by taking the raw fruits or fruit juices, okay. Other thing is that G proteins are also connected to the smell, so you can be smelling more pheromones, okay, pheromones. So G protein receptors also control your vision, okay, how your vision is, how your eyes receive electromagnetic signals and radiations. So that's why your vision is also changing. So if you are a star seed, light worker, indigo, so you have volunteered to come here to get these higher protein G receptor activations, and to be able to read the code to encrypt the organic codes back into the planet, okay. So right now we are clearing a lot of things, okay, as you are putting back into the original nucleoid sequencing, okay. So that's what I want to tell you. And one more thing I'm going to explain here for all of us is that the neocortex, okay. Now we are going to talk about the other very important thing other than the um, G protein receptor is the neocortex, okay. So what does that mean, what is this neocortex? Basically, in the movie Matrix, we have seen the main character name is Neo. Why they have chosen the main character name Neo? Because it is related to the neocortex. We are the neocortex of the stimulation of this holographic reality. Neocortex is the one that controls everything. It is your mind. When one who control your mind controls your soul. Okay, so right now when you are clearing out all of the alien machinery, all of the ancestral karmic miasmas, which is actually the reverse particle sequences build up of particles, okay, they need to be released. Okay, they need to be released. And what does that mean is that the neocortex, that is actually your brain. And what does it do in your brain? It actually controls your perception, your thinking, your ways of holding and storing memories. Okay, and right now the only way they can try to control us is controlling these sequences of the protein genomes is through the autonomic nervous system responses. Okay, what does that mean? That means is autonomic nervous responses are directly connected to the memories that you are holding. That's why we are clearing huge genetic records, not only for yourself, but might be have lineages of things that is actually occurring and showing up for you to to be clear, to be released out. And that is what we are calling the timeline clearing. That is what we are right now doing by these parts. Okay, we are calling our fragments, our consciousness back. Okay, we are actually integrating all of our consciousness, our memories, all of those things, okay, which are being stuck in any of the timelines. That's why that's what is actually happening here. Okay, so our autonomic nervous system is actually directly connected to our 1D body. Okay, which is the directly connected to our memory storage, and that is actually directly connected to our lineage, our ancestor lineage. Okay, so the G protein receptors are actually directly connected to your metabolic responses. Your metabolic responses are directly connected to the way that you take food as energy. Okay, as your metabolic responses are directly connected to into the way that you take food into energy. So that's why you are not feeling hungry also, because you are getting more organic energy from these higher spiritual bodies that is actually your own higher spiritual bodies that does not require any kind of external food. Okay, the ATP is actually just naturally getting charged. In the coming videos we are also going to talk about ATP, because it is very important to talk about the ATP. Okay, we have to understand what is an ATP and why it is important to understand ATP. Okay, so the cell is not going through an apoptosis anymore. And what is that apoptosis is when the cell dies. So when it dies is called an apoptosis. So it did not get what it needed, or it burned itself out. So that is the process of apoptosis, which is actually coming to a close. What that means, that our cells are becoming alive in a sense that we have never experienced ever. Okay, our cells are activating. Cells are actually listening to the central voice, and that central voice, the command is your neocortex. Okay, your neocortex is actually creating the new program. Okay, the neocortex is actually creating the new program. So the neocortex is what is actually happening right now is that the neocortex is reprogramming the genomes. Okay, the genomes or the genes is reprogramming the protein. Okay, the protein, which is the G coupled protein. Okay, the protein is actually activating the DNA, which is your highest strands of DNA, and your DNA is activating all these new aspects of your higher spiritual bodies, of your consciousness. Okay, so that's why this calling is happening, that maybe you have to go to certain places, people, okay, parts, pattern of family members or ancestor. Okay, there are some triggers which are coming from your ancestors or family members. Maybe you are seeing lot of dreams in which your ancestors are visiting your dreams. That can also be a possible. possibility. It is actually happening, the calling is actually happening, so that we can, we can clear out all those memories from our genetic lineage, from our DNA, from our timelines. We can clear all those timelines. Okay, we can call back our fragments back. Okay, that's why this was actually an important thing which they want me to add in this video, because of which they have stopped me, okay, in making the part number 4, and because of which it was not completed yet. But few days back I actually get to know that this was the information which I have to give to all of us, all of you, my solar family. Okay, that your G protein couple receptor is actually activating. Okay, that means your protein is actually activating your DNA. Okay, your highest strands of DNA is activating, and because of which you are actually being able to connect with your higher spiritual body. You can embody the higher consciousness, you can now bring the higher consciousness on a 3D level. Okay, your neocortex, which is actually creating a new program, which is actually reprogramming the genes, okay, the genomes, and the genomes is actually reprogramming the protein. So clear out any of the memories which are coming to your timeline, to your holographic reality through any of the timelines. Okay, or any of the historical trigger timelines which we have discussed now, or maybe from your past timelines, from your ancestral lineages. You have to clear all of these timelines. Okay, so we are clearing a lot of things right now. Now let's start with the other thing about the return to rightful owner command. Okay, finally, that how we can use this command to call back our fragments, our consciousness, our things which was stolen or hijacked in any of the timeline, in any of the current or previous timelines by the dark forces. Okay, so let's start with the first, with the definition of right return to rightful owner command. Return to rightful owner command is a command by the divine right of all beings in universal law to have their consciousness, memories, and light bodies, okay, parts to be returned to them in the event it has been hijacked or stolen by the negative forces in current or previous timelines. Okay, so now we are going to start with the affirmation. Okay, we how we can use it. So first we have to set an intention, as we always do, that set an intention that why you are using this return to rightful owner command, why you are giving this command. So you have to write down first the intention. Okay, so the first, the intention starts with that you are calling, okay, calling my fragments, my consciousness, all memories, jewelries, wings, all spiritual bodies, all DNA, my stations of identities, back by giving the command of return to rightful owner by the divine right, okay, and according to the universal laws right now. So this is the intention which you have to set, that you are giving the command of return to rightful owner, okay, by the divine right and according to the universal law. And you're giving this command to okay, to come back, to call your fragments, your consciousness, your memories, your jewelries, your wings, your bodies, okay, your spiritual bodies, your DNA, your stations of identities back right now. Okay, that's the intention you are setting. Now let's start the command. So you have to start with this: as the 12D avatar, as the 12th dimensional avatar and the light of God that I am, I cancel all contracts or agreements that I have made with any entity, guide, or anyone in this timeline or in any reality that were not in my highest alignment and expression of my light source in the law of one. I cancel, terminate all false matrices, illusions that are not serving my highest God purpose and soul mission from my past, present, and future. I terminate crucifixion, contracts, implants, alien machineries, and all of their related phantom systems from impacting my consciousness and all of my 12 bodies or multidimensional bodies. I further declare that the cancellation of all such contracts is to be irrevocable and permanent in all time frames and reality. Further, I ask to return all of my avatars unity code, fire letters, jewels, wings, energies, parts of my bodies, or all spirit bodies and the energies that have been misdirected, stolen, or used by external controller dark forces, or taken possession by force or without any right, must be returned to the rightful owner right now. I call all of my parts to be returned to me as I am the rightful owner. I invalidate the beings by commanding a full dissolution and dissolve them into the one God source light through the eternal love of forgiveness and forgetfulness. I completely heal and seal my personal auric field from any further invasion. Return all of my energies, essence, parts, consciousness, memories, and light body parts that are in divine right order now. I call back now all that is my self sovereign God power and right. I receive this gift now as I share this gift with all. All is one with the light. I am unity. I choose my perfection to stand in the eternal light and represent my full sovereignty and freedom for all human beings on this planet. Beloved God, thank you so much, your daughter or your son, and today's date. So this is the form in which you can give a command, okay, as a 12th dimensional avatar. By calling your fragments back, you are giving a command by the by as a 12th avatar, okay, to return your all of your fragments, your consciousness, okay, your memories, your light body parts which were actually hijacked or stolen by the negative forces in any of the current or the previous timelines, by the divine right, by the universal law. Okay, so you can do that, and I hope this with this video you can get all of your fragments, your consciousness, okay, your memories, your light bodies, your wings, your energies, your fire letters, your jewelries back. Okay, I hope with this video you will get the return of those things which are actually yours, okay, which you are the one who is actually the rightful owner. Okay, so I hope you understand the video, and if you are not been able to understand anything, you can let me know in the comment section. I would be happy to answer you, my soul family. Till then, sending you lots of love, healing, and happy energies to all my soul family who are watching my video. Take care of yourself, and I will see you all soon.